Alright guys, it's December 9th, December 16th, December 17th, December 26th. It's the day after Christmas. I feel like it's been forever since I really got to do some deer hunting. It's just been tough between work and, the holidays and family get-togethers and everything else, but I sure am blessed, I know that much. I got a wonderful family, 2 beautiful kids, an amazing wife who lets me come out here and do this sort of thing instead of, being at home. She takes on a lot of the responsibilities of the house when I'm gone. So, and I got some amazing parents that help too. They spend a lot of time with the kids while I'm out chasing these deer. So I'm very, very blessed and very thankful for everything, and that I have the ability to get out and chase these deer and do what I love so much. Oh, I don't know, it's been a pretty tough season. This is the first year, and I couldn't tell you when that I didn't have a buck killed, by now, and it's getting pretty late in the season, so I don't know if it'll happen or not. I'm gonna keep on trying, and I'll hunt until the end of February if I have to, but here in Arkansas we can hunt till February 28th, last day of February, is when deer season runs out. One thing that, we're kind of up against the clock as far as harvesting the buck, because in this area, the deer in particular I'm hunting, the past few years he shed his horns around mid-January, maybe even a little bit earlier than that. So I don't know. And the bad thing is he apparently got shot at some point during, I don't know if it's muzzleload or modern gun, or it may have been with a bow, I don't know, but somebody made a bad shot on him. His back, kind of in front of the hindquarters, above the guts, kind of in no man's land there, under the spine. And he survived the shot, but he's been going downhill quick. I mean, he's lost, 40 pounds probably in the last month. So I really don't know if he'll survive the winter. And this is a deer I've been hunting for 4 or 5 years. He's at least 8.5 years old. And I'd sure hate to see him die like that. But I don't know. It's just kind of sad. So I'm gonna make a hard push at him at the end of the season, next couple weeks, and hope I can get a crack at him, because it might be the last year I get to chase him. So I've always said I thought he was a deer that would probably just lay down and die out here than somebody actually harvest him, but you sure hate to see it, actually happen. But anyway, so today I'm in here hunting in an area that I've hunted them in the past. There's a scrape here that deer are still using, some dropping nut-all oaks they've been feeding on. I actually got that deer on camera here about a week ago, so there's a chance anyway. There's not a whole lot of fresh sign in here, but I've still been getting pictures of a few deer. So I got a new toy for Christmas too. I got an e-bike. I think it's really gonna change the way I hunt, help me be more efficient, cover more ground. Running all these cameras and getting in and out of spots. Hopefully help me get home a little quicker. maybe be able to check more cameras more efficiently, cover some more ground. I'm probably going to do a video on it at some point, but I wrote it in today. It's the first time I've actually used it hunting, and it's pretty sweet. So, anyways, I'm going to get quiet here, let the woods settle down, and see what happens. It's around 1 o'clock, so we got a pretty good little time to hunt this evening. So maybe something will happen. Can't ever tell. I could sure use some action. I know that much. It's been a pretty bad December for me. Finding time to hunt, and then when I have, it just hasn't worked out. So we got a few more days left this month, and then maybe January will be better. So y'all stay tuned. Well, that was a dud today. Didn't see any deer. Maybe it'll be a little better tomorrow. I don't know. I don't really know what to do. Just keep trying, I guess. Alright, y'all. It's December 27th. It's afternoon. It's around 1:30. I came in here late in the morning. Got here around 10 o'clock. I rode my bike around scouting. I wanted to check some cameras. Anyways, in the process, I stumbled upon the freshest sign that I've seen this month for sure. I'm pretty excited to hunt it this evening. This is a pretty low density, deer density area. So when you find really high concentration of fresh sign, it's usually a really good sign you're going to see some deer. Who knows, they could be using this at night, but I'm feeling pretty good about this evening's sit. The sign that I found, there's a couple of nut-all trees in here, and otherwise stretch of woods it's pretty barren of food sources. There's just a bunch of, I don't even know what kind of trees they are. They're like trash trees. I don't know if they're a combination of elm and hackberry and some other just good for nothing trees. But there's a few little low areas in here that has some nut-all oaks. A lot of them, acorns been picked up. The deer ain't feeding on them, but there's a few. One, two. There's 3 or 4 right here that there's a lot of feed sign. There's several fresh scrapes, a couple fresh rubs, and a ton of deer crap. And that's how I know they're spending some time in here, because they're obviously feeding, and they're here long enough that they're crapping. So it's a bunch of different size too. Like looks like maybe some doe and deer and buck. Turds. Some people say you can't tell the difference, but in my opinion, when you find those big old clods of poop, a lot of times it's a bigger deer. It could be a doe, but I think the percentages or odds are higher that it's a buck most of the time. So, and I know there's a buck in here because of the fresh sign, scrapes and rubs and stuff. So, I didn't think many people hunted over in this area just because of, kind of how barren the woods are. But when I climbed up in this tree, I got to looking. Somebody else has hunted this exact tree before. They've cut down a few saplings. I don't think it's this year, so. maybe that means it's a good spot if somebody else has hunted here. So hopefully we'll have some luck this evening. I've got a good wind. My wind's blowing across the desert of the woods. Doesn't mean a deer can't come from that way, but I feel pretty good about it. I hadn't walked. Once I found these trees and this sign, I stopped. Immediately found a tree to climb. So I hadn't walked more than 20 yards past where I'm set up here. So hopefully they'll come from that way. But my wind, like I said, it's blowing back across where I'm not expecting deer to come from. So everything's kind of in our favor. It's a pretty windy day. I don't know if you can tell. I don't know if you can hear me. You can hear the wind. But I'm being rocked around pretty good up here. So hopefully the deer will move. I don't know. We'll sit here and find out. Y'all stay tuned. Boy, I tell you what, it's got a little chilly out. I like uninsulated boots. Just because they're not as big and bulky. You kind of feel what you're doing a little bit better. The problem is when it gets cold like that, toes get cold. So what I've started doing is packing in an extra pair of insulated socks, doubling them up, and slipping them over the toes of the boots. Seems to work pretty good, so something to keep in mind. I should probably invest in some of them Arctic Shield boot cover things, whatever they're called, but I just hadn't done it. So if any of y'all have used any of them, let me know what you think. Are they worth the investment?